Good afternoon, welcome to another Nick's Community Kitchen. As you can see today we've got a helper, which is fantastic. This is Isla. Isla's a really keen cook, and today, coming into the weekend, we thought it would be fantastic to do something sweet, something to look forward to. So I'm going to put a smile on our faces, and Isla's going to help. So we thought the obvious one today had to be a tiffin, Old English tiffin. So a real use-up sweet treat. We're going to use chocolate as the base. We've got mixed dried fruits. We've got all bits and pieces from the nut box, raisins. We've got caster sugar. We've got cocoa powder, butter. We've got the leftover biscuit barrel. We're praying that we, like everybody else, I'm sure we're praying that we get our online delivery. We've got golden syrup, and we've got the last of Isla's cupcakes. Okay, so what we're going to do, on the stove, I've got a saucepan with some hot water in it and a bowl. I'm simply going to put the chocolate into the bowl, and I'm going to start melting the chocolate, the butter, the sugar, cocoa powder and the syrup. That will be our base. Really easy. Don't put the oven on. Nobody's cooking anything today. This is just fun. Isla is going to show everybody her knife skills. What do we teach you, Isla? What's it called? The claw. The claw. Okay. So for everybody that wants to teach their little ones how to use a knife safely when I go into the schools, I always use the same term. It's called the claw. So I'll show you quickly what I mean. Alright, I'm a firm believer when we have students in our professional kitchens that we do everything the right way. So we're good, it's a real knife, okay? And what I've taught Isla over the years, she loves cooking, alright, is to do the claw. And the claw protects your fingertips and your thumb tip, and you create a claw, which creates an edge for the knife to chop. So none of the ends of your pinkies in it, Isla. Yeah, they're all protected. Alright, and it's really important if you do this, just do it slowly. It's not a rush. Alright, but if the pinkies come back out, they've got to go back in. You want to show them, Isla? So I'm going to just put today, rare for me, I've actually got a recipe for everybody. So I'm just looking over my shoulder, I've written it down. 150 grams of butter, 3 tablespoons of caster sugar, 3 tablespoons of golden syrup, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, crushed biscuits, cake, any kind of sweets that are going sort of a bit stale, this is perfect. Handfuls of raisins, nuts, dried fruits, and of course chocolate. That could be after Easter, if we're still in this, it could be your old Easter eggs in the melting pot, can be anything you want, Mars bars, any kind of chocolate you want, just fun. So, I'm going to put the chocolate into it's called a bain-marie this, in professional terms it's called a bain-marie or a steam bath, okay, so Isla, you take some biscuits. We've both washed our hands. Isla's got her apron on. Alright. So Isla's going to chop those biscuits, and she's going to chop the cake. Rough and ready, doesn't need to be perfect. Alright. I've done the recipe purposely so you don't really need scales. So it's in tablespoons. So the chocolate is in the water bath. I've weighed the butter already. The butter, 3 tablespoons of sugar, keep that claw up, watch that thumb coming out, keep it tucked in. 3 cocoa powder, and 3 golden syrup, just roughly. Now the golden syrup is really important in this recipe. You can use honey. If you're really chefy, you can use glucose. But the syrup stops the chocolate reforming into a bar of chocolate, into a hard block of chocolate. So a tiffin wants to be soft and chewy, a bit like a Rocky Road bar. And again, remember, you're not cooking this. So we're literally just lined a Tupperware. So again, nothing, everybody should have something similar. We've just literally lined it with cling film, and that will go in the fridge for 2 hours later on. You can do this in the microwave as well. You know, if you haven't got the kit, you can literally just melt all the bits in the microwave. Just do it nice and slow, that's all I would say. So straight away you can see that gooey chocolate butter golden syrup. Yeah, it's forming into this lovely gooey yummy paste. The whole idea with tiffin as well, it used to be back in the war, was that this will last for ages in the fridge, because there's a chocolate base, it's set in the fridge, it will last for ages. So while we're doing this, I thought I needed to say thank you to everybody watching so far. It's been amazing the amount of people watching. I'm really not from a social media background, so you know, I'm absolutely amazed. Thank you all, and keep watching. Can I also say a big hello to a few people that have asked a few questions. Claire, a friend of my wife Fiona, has asked about the random pot of red lentils that she's got in her cupboard. One thing I would say with red lentils, they make a great base to a curry instead of potatoes or something like that, and they make a fantastic soup. Another one that came up was fish bits. Now there's so many recipes. What's that, claw? But what I'll do on Monday, I'm going to literally raid my freezer, and what we'll do on Monday is we'll make fish cakes and maybe a fish pie, so tune in on Monday. But yeah, absolutely amazing what everybody's been doing. It's overwhelming really, and I hope you're enjoying it. So I'm going to put a little bit more syrup in there. Okay, so we've got the base to our gooey chocolate mess.
Can't see.
Right, we go down to Isla. And I also say a huge thank you to Fiona, my wife. She's very kindly taken time out in her lunch hour. Not working.
It's working.
Can I try again?
From the top.
Let's go back to it and try again.
We're back.
Hello. I think we lost you there for a second, so we'll play a bit of catch up. We were just saying a huge thank you to Fiona, my wife. She's working from home, so she's doing this in her lunch hour. So thanks loads, Fee.
You're welcome.
If obviously keep checking out the websites on the Greenbank and the Alberton, Penbenton. As I think a lot of you know, we're handing over the hotels to the NHS. The first of the key workers went into the Alberton yesterday, so a big shout out, as we did last night at 8 o'clock, to our key workers. Enjoy the Alberton, it's a beautiful place, and at least you've got some bit of luxury in these hard times. Okay, so we've got, Isla's done an amazing job. Look at that, it's absolutely incredible. So we've got our cake bits, we've got our biscuit bits, we've got our nuts. We're going to keep them whole so there's a crunchy element to it. We're going to slightly go off plan about the recipe and the weights because I've got quite a lot of chocolate in there. And basically we end up with this lovely, gooey, rocky road. Go on, Boo, you have a go. Alright, so look at that, that's amazing. So in our moulds, we've got, I've done a couple, most people don't see them very often, but I found this one in the cupboard. Tiffin traditionally is cut into big sort of slices as a pastry, but I'm going to use the ice cube trays as well because there's absolutely no reason you can't put that in the freezer or actually just snap them out when they're set. Alright, so we've got an ice cube tray, we've got a good old fashioned Tupperware. Alright, Isla, do you want to dollop some into that one? Yeah, I'll give you a bigger spoon. There you go. Go on, in she goes, just straight in, yeah. Good girl, no fingers. I'll hold the bowl. Alright, that will do for that one. And then if you can pop some in those. You might notice as well, and I've done this for show, that I put a tea towel under the chopping board. It's something that I always do when I work with my children, Ida especially. Ida loves to cook. But it just gives like a little security mat under the chopping board. So when they're chopping, the chopping board isn't moving around. Okay, so look, there's the first part of our tiffin. I think Isla's going to have big ice cubes, that's for sure. Alright, go on, keep going. That's it. Keep going. Use it all up. As we go along in the next few weeks, if you've got any questions, anything that you'd like me to try and show you, I'll try my best. We're like everybody else, we're struggling to get eggs and a few bits and pieces now, waiting for our next food delivery. But if there are any bits and pieces, please email in, go onto the blogs and the Greenbank blog, and I'll try my best to say hello and keep doing fun bits. So there we go, look. So that goes in the fridge now for 2 hours. Okay, the chocolate will set. It'll go in the fridge for 2 hours. It'll come out. The golden syrup will keep it nice and pliable, so it'll be chewy. That'll be good for the weekend. Okay, have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. See you soon.